The Peacemaker 3 from Cold Steel is everything you love about the Peacemaker 2, but in a smaller size. And although they're very similar, there's a few different angles we've got to look at with this one. Stick around. Thanks for dropping in, my friend. I hope you're having a great day. I want to thank all of my subscribers and welcome all the new visitors here to 411 Outdoors. Let's talk about the Peacemaker 3. You know, I've been on a bit of a hiatus for a while from reviewing Cold Steel knives. I just kind of cycled through all the ones that I wanted to look at. But, you know, for the longest time, I've been looking at the Peacemaker knives, and for whatever reason, I wouldn't pull the trigger on them. Last week or so, I noticed that the price for the 2 and the 3 was temporarily marked down on Amazon, and that's really the only reason why I went out and picked them up, but I'm really glad I did. I was quite impressed with their simplicity, design, and most importantly, their carry option. It's not often that you can stick a fixed blade down in your pocket and feel like there's not hardly anything there. Well, that's what I experienced with the Peacemaker 3. You get an 8.5-inch knife. It's a 4.5-inch handle. It's a 4-inch blade, and you get this very tight, minimalistic sheath that does well in the boot or the pocket. You can carry it inside the waistband and even on the belt if your belt is thin enough, but the boot and the pocket are the most preferred methods, in my opinion. As I mentioned, it's the compact version of the Peacemaker 2 with the same razor-sharp Scandi grind blade. That being said, the Peacemaker 3, I believe, has a sole purpose in mind, and that is a self-defense knife. Now, it makes a great EDC. You can do light bushcraft tasks with it, but the title tells the story. I mentioned that in my Peacemaker 2 review. It's called the Peacemaker because sometimes you have to make the peace. You can't keep the peace. This is a self-defense knife. You won't be happy if you put this through rigorous bushcraft task. I want you to see how minimalistic this is in the pocket. It's really, really easy to just throw a t-shirt over and conceal, and I don't really feel like I'm wearing anything. There are many levels to the retention on this sheath. If you stick it all the way down in there, it locks solid. But if you want it to be a little bit more accessible, you can just pull it out just a little bit. It's still a decent retention on it, but you could pull it out a lot faster if you needed to. That's just a personal preference thing. With some jeans, you'll pull this clip all the way off if you have it locked in all the way. Now with these jeans, I'm good. I can lock it in all the way and pull it out. But if you've got some to where the clip comes loose, you can just slide this up just a little bit, pull it right out, and the retention's still not too bad. So I find that unique about this sheath, how you can lock this thing all the way down in there, and it's pretty tight. But you can also kind of deploy it just a tad bit, and it's a whole lot more accessible. Some people want massive tight retention. Others are not so caught up in it. You just have to choose which you like best. I just have to talk about that because in context of self-defense, accessibility is at the top of the order. As with the Peacemaker 2, this is also German 4116 made in Taiwan. You get a knife that's a little bit bigger than those in their neck knife series, such as their mini leather neck and all of those neck knives that they sell. You're going to get something that has more reach, great protection for your hand, and the ability to penetrate an inch deeper, maybe even more. It comes up out of the sheath like this, so if you're holding it in traditional grip, you're obviously here, but what I like, as with the Peacemaker 2, is the slant is already on this side, so not only can I rest my thumb there for ice pick, I like how my edge is now on the inside, so when I pierce, I can pull. The Peacemaker 3 provides a great piercing or slicing defense weapon. One of the main things that sets the Peacemaker knife series apart from other fixed blades is that it provides a lot of knife with not much weight. You can carry 4 inches of blade down in your boot or pocket, not even hardly feel like you're carrying anything. Now this has a 2.5 millimeter thickness as opposed to 3 with the Peacemaker 2. In this review, I'm not going to do any bushcraft task. This is very sharp. You can see this knife for what it is. If you want something like this to do bushcraft, spend $17 and get a Mora Companion if you've never gotten one of those. This is designed for self-defense. You can just tell by the way that it's built and the way that it's designed to be carried. The Peacemaker 3, ladies and gentlemen, a very simple knife with a simple purpose, but a very easy carry. What's your thoughts on the Peacemaker 3? Do you have it? Do you carry it? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have a great day. Take care.